East London Mosque banning women over 12. Are there women under 12 from participating in a charity fund run? And this woman activist defends it. All right, let's listen to her talk.
This whole issue has been taken widely out of proportion, and frankly, it's because it's an organiser happened to be Muslim. The East London Mosque acted entirely within the law. The Equality Act of 2010, Section 195 and Schedule 23 clearly allows single-sex events where it's proportionate.
Single-sex events. Single, right? But is this not men and girls or women under 12? That's not single-sex, is it?
Way of respecting religious and cultural beliefs. The same legal exemption covers women-only gyms, swimming sessions, and the Race for Life, the cancer event, which was women-only for decades.
Women only. She keeps saying women only, but this is not women only. This is men, boys, and girls under 12. I mean, women under 12 or women over 12 not allowed. Something like that.
We've seen, never seen outrage when Jewish Orthodox or Christian Catholics groups hold gender-specific gatherings. Nobody calls that discriminatory. We call it religious freedom. Yet when a Muslim charity does something similar, suddenly it's national news, and that's a double standard for me. It was a community charity run, open to everyone to attend, cheer, and donate. Women weren't banned from the park. They simply just didn't chose to have a men's event.
It's not. For him, it's not open for everyone to attend. It calls itself inclusive and family-friendly. It isn't either of those things. It's misogynistic, and that's because the Muslim organisers of this, they've got a problem with women going for a jog. Why is that? Why?
Well, if you say it's family inclusive, but you exclude women, I mean, make that make sense. I'm trying to understand this.
Why is it that it's the age of 12? And we all know that's the age of puberty. Why are Muslims afraid or ashamed or clamping down on the participation in sports of young women, something which should be thoroughly encouraged in the United Kingdom? This is British law, not Sharia law.
This is not Sharia law. This is exactly, and I just said, it is a part of British law. It is nothing to do with that. They are entitled to have their own policies, and they can be. If you're so genuinely concerned about gender equality, maybe focus on pay, power, and safety, not a 5K fundraiser that helps local people. Real inclusion means respecting differences, not policing it. And at the end of the day, this was in a park open where everyone can come and watch. Like I just mentioned, we've got, gender-restricted events and practices that are not unique to the Muslim community. Ultra-Orthodox
the women can watch, but they can't take part.
Segregated norms in public life.
That's it's cultural apartheid. It's a total exclusion of all of the women in this Muslim community. How, as a Muslim woman, can you support other Muslim women not being allowed to participate in a bogus, inclusive and family event? It simply paints the picture to most moderate people watching this that the Muslim community is patriarchal and it's got a problem with women.
I mean, what else can you say? Make that make sense.
That's just your framing. It's just an anti-Muslim campaign, and that's exactly what it is. Because like I said, local controversies in London, like the Jewish neighbourhood, Stamford Hill, over posters and gender signages, show similar.
How many women are allowed into mosques?
To regulate public space by sex, and that's exact sort of behaviour critics single out when only it's a Muslim. So again, I just think it's a campaign against Muslims, and there are different groups and different religions that have exactly the same, and that's how it works.
Fahima.
I think Fahima and I are listening to different things, because this race, they said, is family friendly. Everyone is welcome. And she keeps on going that single-sex events are allowed. Obviously, they are very much allowed, right? Single-sex, very allowed. But then when you go men and girls under 12, right? I mean, how is that single sex?
You would like to, no doubt, to post this as a campaign against the Muslim community. Perhaps you'd even like to drop the word Islamophobia in there. I put it to you.
No, that's your definition, not mine.
If there was actually an inclusive, now the words of the mayor, by the way, the mayor of Tower Hamlets, who's taking down English flags, taking down Union flags, and banning Muslim women from fun runs. Now, this isn't Britain. This is insane.
Well, again, like I mentioned, it's just selective outrage reveals cultural biases, and media and political backlash often escalates when Islam is involved. And the same energy isn't shown for other faith-based separations, and it doesn't just happen
When was the
in
last
Islam.
time Jewish women were banned from Iran?
And impartial, maybe, you know,
Tell
not
me,
just
well,
go after one
give me
faith
one
only.
incident of Jewish women ever being banned from a charity
It's not
run.
one incident.
I'll wait.
It's their practice as well.
I'll put the kettle on.
It's just with the
You won't
Christian
find one.
clergy.
Doesn't happen.
It's the Christian, you know, bishops. It's everyone in the same way. And again, it is in line with British law. And
Well, I mean, this day and age, you know, people try to convince us that what we see is not what we see. All right, just explain it in a way that will make sense. All right, she keeps going single sexed, but they are little girls, under 12. Fahima Mohammed, just call a spade, and not a big spoon. Just say it as it is.